All right, beautiful morning again. Good morning, world. Good morning, everybody. Super excited to be here again. Super excited to be taking you in this amazing class. And I'm glad that you're able to make it again. It's a beautiful morning after all. Someone said, you don't have to pay to laugh. You only have to thank God for life. All right. So I'm hoping that you are thanking God for this beautiful life. Today is Wednesday, 27th of April 2022. The joy again for us as a community is that today complete the seventh consecutive month that we have been consistent doing this podcasting every single day, week in, week out, month in, month out. So to God be all the glory. We have everything to be grateful for to God for. We have everything to celebrate and be thankful for as a community and the impact of this class in the lives of people globally. So I'm excited and I'm grateful. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what we do, that here, our goal is to be able to educate, equip, and enrich you with all the necessary resources and information that will empower you mentally to live the very best of your life. And let me tell you something, the impact of this class in the lives of people. I have received personal messages every single day of what this class is doing in the lives of many people out there. And I hope you will have yours any moment from now. So, but to just begin with today, I'm going to be your host today. All right. So, we started our teaching series of what we tag, fundamentals to life change and success. And we started by first, evaluating the subject, the topic of success, the subject success. And at the same time, we also checked on wealth yesterday. And we say wealth has different varieties of things, like, different things, different meaning. And a lot of people look at wealth like millionaires, like until when you receive the millions. A lot of people see it in different manner. And, everyone have their own understanding of what means. But the truth is that wealth can also look at and be tagged as something that could help you in the possession of financial resources that improves the quality of your life and gives you another dignity and expanded lifestyle. So that's the best way to define it. But today we're going to be doing it differently. Remember, I told you that today we're going to be going into the topic we call happiness. What is happiness? Remember, we started the fundamentals of life, of life change and success. Happiness is a major topic. In fact, many people don't understand what it takes to be happy. But what I'm going to share with you today, I hope you can put on your mental track on to go with me as I'm able to, give you an in-depth meaning of what happiness could look like or what it could be. Now, first, note that happiness is the type that has what I call a universal quest. A lot of people look at happiness in different dimensions. Universal quest, that means everybody desire it. Everybody wants it. As far as you are on this planet, even people that are also in other planets, they want to be happy. So it is a universal quest. People want to be happy, not, withstanding. Nobody want to have that bony face, that strong face. I mean, you all can attest to that. If you ask me if there's anything you want, go to the hospital. You see people lying down, people staying in there, and they want to be happy. Everybody want to be happy. But how about we just looking at happiness? And I'm going to give you different meanings of what happiness could look like. But at the end of this teaching today, I hope that was going to be able, when you put it side by side of what happiness means to you, I hope it can actually find you and make a better meaning to you. All right. So first, I want you to look at happiness as a joy that most often comes as a result of positive activity. Is it true? If that is true, so what is that activity you're getting yourself involved in that you are looking at and say, that joy that will come as a result of what you are doing, that could also make you to be happy. The fact that you're having the mental understanding or the mental, the mental picture of what you're about to get yourself involved in, that could give you a sense of happiness in what you're doing. I also said it's also a wide varieties of meaning, right? It means that if it has a wide varieties of meaning, just compare with as wealth, that means it can be, looked into in different meanings too, right? So first, I want you to look at it. The happiness is both the joy of discovery and the joy of knowing. So what is the thing that you want to discover? The fact that you're knowing, having the mental understanding that whatever I find my hand doing, he said, you will expand. And you remember what he said? Whatever you focus on, expand. Whatever you don't focus on, shrinks. It means that having the understanding that what you are going into, you know it already. You are, you have the conviction within your spirit, the intuition that what I'm set to do is going to prosper. So it looks like the discovery of that new adventure, the discovery of that new business, the discovery of that new line of perfection that you think, if I am able to add this particular, course to what I've learned, I think I will be happy eventually. The fact that when you know that what you are doing is something that has to, that can add meaning, purpose to your life, that will give you a sense of happiness, right? If that makes sense, ladies and gentlemen, then you have to also look at happiness is the result of an awareness of full range of life. The result of an awareness of full range of life. What is the result of awareness of full range of life? First, we're going to look at life is beautiful after all. Life is what you're putting into it. Life, the colors, how glamorous, how, how the kind of sound, the kind of harmony that comes into life, how beautiful life can be. Happiness can derive and, crop out some kind of happiness inside of you and make you to have a different meaning, a different perspective of how life can be like. So when I say it's a joy of receiving and also sharing, knowing that when somebody is about to give you something, you are also happy. Someone promised you something and said, you know what, how about me, give maybe sending money to your account. Someone send money to your account and you just know, or maybe it doesn't even send it, or maybe the person promised you and said, you know what, I'm going to give you this. I'm going to help you to achieve this. I'm going to, send something to you. The fact that you know that somebody is going to do something for you, give you a sense of happiness. Also, when you look at it the other way, that you also want to be of impact. You want to also touch somebody. You want to also, send something to somebody too. There's a way you want to support a charity organization or some people that less privileged people around you. You want to support them. You want to, that's also give you a sense of happiness. So I said it's the understanding of knowing that you want to, sharing and receiving. And it's not only about sharing and receiving, it's also about reaping and also bestowing. So when you know that what you are doing, you're going to reap massively from it. You started a business. You know that when you give it a short period of time, not like instantly, that what you're about doing, that you know that is going to give you something at the end of it all, you are definitely going to be happy. You are not looking at something of distraction. You know that what I've set my eyes on or what I've set my hands on, definitely, I give myself in a period of time. Everybody does this in all our businesses, in all the things, adventure that we find ourselves doing. Maybe academics, the reason why you start in school, you want to become a lawyer. And you know that it's just going to take me like 5 years, 6 years in the university. You know that you are in pursuit of something, knowing that you're going to reap from all that your labor. And why do you want to become a lawyer? Why do you want to study law? You know you're going to eventually become a lawyer. And somehow you know that maybe that can help you to acquire some kind of things, materials, better things in life, or put you a kind of standard in life above others. All right. So understanding the law, ladies and gentlemen, happiness is having an end of disappointment. And you're able to manage all the disappointment that come into your life. You're able to look at disappointment and say, disappointment, you can't hold me down. You are just one of those things. Disappointment, you can't play dominant, role over my life. When you come, you can be disappointed. You are not looking at disappointment to like something that will weigh you down. That's something that will perpetually disable in you and make you not to go ahead and reach out for something good out there that God has destined for you. You're able to have an hand handle all over that disappointment. You also look at happiness as being able to be in control of your emotions, your circumstances. You know, you don't allow emotion to play over you. You're just happy that you are the one in control. I was listening to my bishop this morning, and in one of the podcasts that he had once shared, he said, know that, you know, your mind is like a compass. And when you know your mind is a compass, it means that it's not just going to direct you to where he wants you to go, but you also being the master of that compass, you are able to tell your mind what your mind wants. All right. So looking at it that you have control over your emotions and circumstances, no matter what happens or your experience in life, you are the one that, you know, you manage it. You don't allow that thing to keep you perpetually down. Happiness is the freedom from the negative children of fear. And what are these negative children of fear? First of them could be envy. Second, one of them again could be worry. One of them again could be low self-esteem. You know, knowing that you are going to, you know, handle it, knowing that you are going to be free from the negative children, because children of fears are much. And children of fear, ladies and gentlemen, there are many things that could keep you away from reaching out to the best of your potential. The children of fear is a whole lot, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what you want to do? You want to really make sure that you don't allow fear, all those children of fear, like I put it this morning, to take charge of your life. First, I said low self-esteem, greed is one of them. You know, anger is one of them. And, you know, you being resentment over things and, you know, etc. All right. So don't allow, you know, these children of fear to dominate you, because children of fear, because it, you know, fear, like I say, fear everything and run. You know, like I put it in two ways. Fear has two meanings. First is that you face everything and rise. Second, you fear everything and run. So if you look at the negative or the children of fear, the negative children of fear, first is envy, right? You don't allow that to control you. You are being free from those things. You are able to be free from, you know, resentment. You are being free from low self-esteem, knowing that what you're doing, you have confidence in the thing that you have started on. And also, it's an order of thought and activities, all right? It's an order or thought of activities and lifestyle. Happiness is like that. Happiness will make you feel the lifestyle that you're going to get. You know, having a better house, having a better car. You know, life has everything. Like I said, life is about what you're giving into it. When you give in positive, you sow a positive seed into life. Guess what happened? You get something positive out of it. You sow negativity into life, guess what happened? You're not going to enjoy those lifestyle. You're not going to, you know, you're going to have going about having a bad thought, bad, you know, things coming into you. You're not thinking straight. You're just like, hey, everything is, life is not just beautiful. Life is down. So know that happiness, the understanding of happiness, the joy of happiness is an order or thought of activity and lifestyle that will come to you. All right. Another way you can look at happiness as in is a contentment with the lack of your, contentment with the task of your life, a contentment with the task of your life. You are being contented with what you're doing. What are the things you've tasked your life for? What are the things you have put your hand in and you said, I will achieve it? Or what is it that you are doing right now? Look at it, contentment of the task of your life. You are contented and you know that this thing I'm doing, I'm not going to be too greedy. If this little is what is coming to me, genuinely in what I've started, that's contentment, ladies and gentlemen. It will give you joy. It will give you happiness. It will make you feel like everything is working for you. You're not going to look like, oh, you don't know where you're going. You're not going to look like you're just passing by and passing by. Understanding that happiness is also the thought inspired by and organized with and then rooted in your personal philosophy. The thought by, all right, is an organized by and the thought, and knowing that it's rooted in your personal philosophy. That means how you present yourself to matter. What you think. Remember what they say, thoughts are things. For you to change the things you don't want in your life, you need to start changing your thoughts. If the thought that you conceive every day, if the thought that inspired you are thought of rejection, are thought of negligence are thought of, low self-esteem are thought of, I can't do it. Guess what happened? You need to start changing it, because eventually there will not be any source of happiness for me. So I challenge you this morning to have an organized thought, a well-structured thought, knowing that thoughts are things, and in order for you to change the things you don't want in your life, to be happy, ladies and gentlemen, you need to start changing and addressing your thought. You need to also look at happiness as a life well lived, ladies and gentlemen. Happiness as a life well lived. Guys, if you live a better life, you will be happy. If you live and put in, you see, for you to even live a better life, I'll tell you something. Start planning. Start planning right now. Start planting in this season, so that the time where you're going to reap, when it comes, you will tell yourself, I have lived a life, a better life. I look at the life of my father, my dad, my biological father. It's going to be 8 years. I share with Coach Dan by August 4th. And it's going to be a big party. And I look at him like, wow, this man has lived a very good life. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Someone, he's been able to, do some certain things when we were growing up and up to now. I look at the lives of the children, what they've been able to do on their own. And, that is a life well lived. It's not begging or asking anybody for any financial support. So look at that. When you plan, all right, when you plan well, all right, he said, if you plant well, you will reap well. That is what the word says. So I encourage you this morning, don't be afraid. Start planting right now, so that you can live a well, meaningful life. Also, you can look at happiness as an activity with purpose. You are doing it, like I said, start planting right now. It is an activity that comes with a purpose. You know that you're not just doing this thing just because you want to follow others to do it. You are doing it because you have a purpose. Because that purpose is like, okay, what if you are putting a target, a deadline, and when you set a goal, your purpose is going to be your goal. I'm going to do this thing and use the money to buy this house, to use the money to buy this car, use this money to fund my, academics. Like someone I was reading on LinkedIn yesterday, a guy that went for his PhD graduation, and then he was on slippers. As he was on slippers, he was not well dressed. And this man was being called out among others. I saw that picture. The guy took the picture. And when he took the picture, and and everybody, the professors, everybody, the doctors started cursing this guy, started saying a whole lot. Why would you dress like this? Why would you appear like this? And this guy just busted into tears, and he said, could you give me some few minutes? Let me just explain myself. He said, standing before you is a son of a very wealthy parent that died, when he was 4 years old. And the parent died, leaving him and his two sisters behind. So it now means that he was just a 4-year-old guy, and the two sisters, imagine, maybe they are 2 years old. And the father, the parents were very wealthy. And when they died, guess what? Everything turned. Their house, the brother to the father, chased them away. This guy started living a very miserable life, managing and catering for the sisters. And guess what? He started going to people's farm to farm and putting things. He gets money from the farming, and he will go to construction site. He was just managing. And then he said, I have a purpose. The purpose is that I would go through school and come out with and finish in all the academic qualification. And that was his purpose. Guess what? It wasn't easy, because at some point when he finished university, he thought he's going to see a job, but there was no job for him. Guess what? He had to take up the responsibility and tell the sister that I'm going to now be sending you to school. He was able to send the sisters to school, the two sisters, through secondary school. And after secondary school, he still, this guy couldn't get a job. Then guess what happened? The sister started frying yam and, with stockfish. That sister used the money to send him to school to get his own MSc. From his MSc, he thought he's going to get a job. The job didn't come. Again, this guy started working again. Somehow, he got started with his PhD, and then he was able to finally defend his thesis. And guess what happened, ladies and gentlemen? This guy, after sharing this story, the moral of the story is that The sisters are now in universities about to graduate, and himself too. The only money, he said, if I had used the only money on me to buy suit and buy designer suit or designer shoe, guess what? My sister will be thrown out of university. That's how I have to appear like this. So a lot of people were really compassionate, and they said, he started getting a favor, and they started looking at him in a different way. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a life of purpose. Somehow this guy, he defended his thesis, and he's a PhD holder right now. I believe that life will change for him. What am I saying is that knowing that activity with purpose, you are doing it because you have a purpose, not just you are just doing it because you just want to pass by. So I encourage you this morning, ladies and gentlemen, when you know that there is a purpose of you doing something, guess what comes in? You will derive joy while you're doing it. So I put it this way: happiness is love in practice. Love in practice. You better start practicing love. While you're doing whatever you're doing, appreciate people, appreciate life, appreciate your God, appreciate your maker, appreciate everyone. Know that it's love in practice. You better love what you're doing. Appreciate it, love what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, you don't love it, you don't derive joy, I tell you, please don't do it. All right? Love in practice. Yeah, we love what we're doing. We love to educate, we love to impact, we love to give back to society. We love to see that people's life too is being transformed mentally and having to live the very best of life. So, and in conclusion this morning, I put it this way: happiness is, happiness is elusive by nature, but is impossible to capture. All right? What is elusive by nature can also be impossible to capture. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've got value, and I hope you can start looking at happiness. Remember, at the end of this teaching, which I shared earlier, I hope you can also look at it and then make it up if it truly was to be happy in life. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your regular host and your friend, your success partner. All right? My name is Dr. Afolabi Olatunji. Tomorrow is going to be another beautiful day, which we encourage you to be part of our program, be part of what we do, right? And then tomorrow is for